What's going on YouTube? Today's video we have a smart lock we're going to do a video on. This is the Veise VE017L version. This is a kit that you can get for about $100 to $130 on Amazon. I'll throw a link up in the description if you decide to purchase. It is a smart enabled app control version, so you can do multiple things. You can have multiple ways to actually unlock this. You have NFC tags, you have fingerprint, touchpad, as well as keys. And you can even obviously lock it with the app. So lots of ways to control this. Let's start off the unboxing experience. So unboxing it, we do have the kit here first. It's in a brown box. It shows you all the specifications on the back. Opening it up, you have the deadbolt on the left and the handles on the right. Taking a look at the deadbolt first, you do have a really nice design. We have the black version here, but they have other versions like a stainless steel version. It's a silver version. It looks super nice. So when it comes to the look on this, these are beautiful. They're really beautiful. And you can tell because of how much care they're putting into their products, which I really appreciate. So all black set we have here, really nice finish. Build quality is really nice. It's not made out of metal, not full metal, but it gives it illusion of looking like full metal. Good build quality when it comes to this. The design is easily really good. You also do have all of the installation stuff in the box as well. It's little. When it comes to the installation process, it depends on how you're needing to do it. If you're obviously gonna drill holes into a brand new door, it might take a little longer. I'm not here to do that entire tutorial. I will show you how to replace your current and existing regular locks and deadbolt to be able to transform it into your smart lock. So that's what we're here for. All right, so this is what we're working with right now. You can see old style deadbolts, deadlock, regular handle. They do have the measurements available on the website as well as the Amazon listing, so you will be able to tell the depth, the circle. If you're starting off with a new door, it has that template, so it comes with both of these, which is going to look really nice. So these are the tools that we're going to go ahead and use. Just a PH2 bit or Phillips head right there. I would normally use a hand screwdriver as well if you're doing this for the first time, just in case you don't want to strip your screws. Tongue twister. So we're gonna go ahead and just show you the full process. Remove your old deadbolt, just like that. All right, this door also has two screws right here, which you have to make sure it's in a certain position in order to unlock it. So let's go ahead and remove these as well. Now let's go to remove the lock here. And since we did make this a little easier to take out, we can actually remove this. And what I like to do is I keep all this in the same orientation, just make sure it's still intact kinda. And if you ever need to keep these things, put them in the same box that the deadbolt came in, just so everything can stay in spot. All right, so now we're gonna remove the handle of this. So let's go ahead and remove this as well. We're gonna start off with this part here. All right, so we can go to remove this. Now we're gonna remove this right there. Here's our pry tool to remove this. And just make sure all these pieces don't get lost. All right, so now that we're done with that step, we're gonna go ahead and install the deadbolt portion. So the outside is gonna have the numpad. The inside is gonna have the little manual lock in the battery compartment. You're gonna remove the back plate, connect the wire to this little connection piece right there. This latch does have a up etched in here. So you're gonna have this version turned up, and then you're gonna put this in the door. That way it's in the center. And now we're gonna add in the screws. Now let's grab the numpad here. We're gonna feed this cable through the outside of the hole and this little mechanism here, turning mechanism through the gap right there in the same orientation. So just like that. You are gonna make sure that this doesn't fall, so just hold it. Now on the other end, you're gonna use this backing plate. You're gonna feed the backing plate through the bottom hole right here, and the rubber is gonna go to the door, and this little mechanism is gonna go through that little circle. So once that's there, now we can move on to the last step, and that'll be to connect that cable to this little piece right here. And then you're also gonna align this blue piece to the little popsicle stick. I like to make sure that the cable like in between the door rather than inside the... Alright, this portion of my microphone died, but basically you're going to use these 2 bolts here, and you're going to feed it through the back plate. This is going to help secure it and make sure it's very stable. And make sure you do this like one at a time, otherwise it'll end up being crooked. But then there's also 2 screws on the front of the compartment that you go ahead and add, and then we just add the batteries and we're pretty much good to go. And again, if you need to reset that, I would recommend to reset it with a pin. Now that you've done that, just test it, make sure it works manually. All right, now let's go to install the strike plate. So the strike plate comes in black and has 2 long screws. Let's go and remove these here. And let's install the new one. It's a little longer than the original. So just for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. Just like that, new strike plate. We're gonna add the new latch lever thingy here. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and add the handles for the door. Make sure you install it the proper way for this latch portion, and then add the screws, and you're pretty much good to go on that step. But for actually installing the handles themselves, I would recommend to orient them in the proper way. That way you don't have to go through the reset method and taking off the cover and then putting it the different way. So what I'm showing you right now, I would just flip the handle the right way. That way you don't have to flip it while it's already on the door, because there's no right or wrong way you could do when it's like this. I noticed that with the new set that they did send me. This model I have here did mess up, and I'll show you that later on. But I don't recommend going through that reset method. Don't, you'll probably break it. All right, so there's 4 ways to actually control this device and unlock it and lock it. You have the Touch ID here, the numpad, which illuminates. You have the key, which the keys are right here. You get 2 of those, and you have an NFC card. You also can unlock it through the app here. Right now I'm just changing some of the settings that this has. So you could change the device name away right here, which I'll just show you. So it's an auto lock feature, so you can turn it on. It'll auto lock within 10 seconds up to 3 minutes, which I have it set to 10 seconds just to demonstrate. Also has an away mode, so when you turn it on, it's basically like a lockdown mode. You have sound settings, you could turn it off. So if you don't want it to say locked or unlocked, it will still illuminate this bar to tell you if it's successfully locked or locked. If you don't know if it's completely locked, you could do that. I can show you what it sounds like here. So if I unlock it, which I don't have my fingerprint set up, I have NFC on.
Verification successful.
It's like that. It's not a super quiet lock, but it is fairly, you can hear it, which is good. And then when you lock it, which should lock automatically in a few seconds, there we go.
Door closed.
There we go, it'll say it as well. So you can turn that on or off. I'm just gonna turn it off, but it still shows you the indicator status, which I like. So let's say we enter the wrong password, it'll illuminate that it's wrong. So that's pretty cool. You also have a lock language, so you could change the language of how they speak. The master code, you could change that. You have that guidance as well. And then you can unbind it as well if you choose to do that. So yeah, you can unlock and lock it from here. You can see this right here. So it's unlocked and it illuminates green, and then lock it right there. And to set up any of the options here, you have to download the app. If we enter a new PIN code, we can add, and we have several options here. So we have permanent, recurring, duration, and one time. So depending on your usage, if you have like Airbnb or one-time passwords or a certain set where it can only be used at a certain time, then you can change that. Let's do permanent, and let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4 for a demo. Create, and it's added. You could change the name of it, like who it belongs to stay organized. And there we go. So now if we were to do 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll work. Now let's set up a fingerprint. So we're gonna add fingerprint, and all you have to do is just tap it just like this 8 times, just like you were to do for a Touch ID on iPad or iPhone. You can rename it, complete, that's it. So now when we lock it, which I usually lock it by pressing the check, it's locked now. We could unlock it with just our fingerprint. All right, so now we're gonna add the NFC tag. So we already have one set up, but this does come with 2. It's just auto locked right now, but it comes with 2. let's add the second one, and you can always delete these if in case you lose one. So we're gonna add it, we're gonna press next, and now we just have to tap it on this part. And that's it. Now you could rename it. So let's do mother, complete, there we go. So now this one's ready to work. There we go. So you get a total of 2 of those, and it shows you all the activity on what was locked and how it was used, and each timestamp. So you get full control and know exactly. It shows you a little battery indicator status, just briefly. There's no percentage, but hopefully they'll change that in the future. Let's go and test out the key now. So you just insert the key, you turn it left to unlock, it'll illuminate green, in the middle to be neutral, and then right all the way to lock it. And it's really quick. So those are emergency, carry those with you or however you want to do that. There's 2 of those, 2 NFC tags. There's an unlimited amount of fingerprints, as well as an unlimited amount of like passwords through here. This has AES 128-bit encryption, so it's safe. It's anti-peep password feature, and error temp alerts will add for extra security. It has weather reliability, durability, as well as power. It's good between negative 35 degrees Fahrenheit and 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and it has 10 months of battery usage before you have to change out 4 of the AA batteries. This also has AI integration when it comes to the fingerprint, so it'll get smarter over time and learn your fingerprint faster and better and get more accurate over time. It also has a port here on the bottom so you can access for emergency use. That way, in case it's below 20%, you can always just use a power bank or put it on the bottom, or use the emergency key as an alternative emergency option. All right, now let's go in for the review. Number 1, if you do get this lock handle right now, I did mention to the company to make some improvements on this handle. It is super easy to remove and super hard to install. I don't like that whatsoever, so I'm going to point it out in this video because there is room for growth on this product, and this is one step on how they can actually change that. I mentioned to them to add a screw instead of having this super complicated reset tool. I know they try to make it so it's, you know, hidden, but you can easily hide it by just putting the screw on the bottom of the handle and being able to turn it, you know, whichever way you want by just having the cover. You can have the screw on the actual like mountable piece on the bottom, and that way it's fixed in the spot, and then the handle could actually. The second thing is when you do install this, I do want to make sure if you have any issues like I did in the beginning with it not locking, there is a reset button right here, which if you set this up when it's like on the table or not when it's mounted, then it'll have calibration issues, so it will get stuck and pretend like it's already mounted, and since you don't have it in the actual mounted position, it'll mess up. So if you have any issues and it's not locking in its proper spot, I know this is a little shifted, pretty much how you're going to want to reset it with that reset button right there. And it does come with a reset tool. It looks like this, so you can use this pretty much on, you know, anything. You can use a push pin if you wanted to. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind when you are doing that. This is a plastic in housing when it comes to the inside as well as the outside. I have no issues whatsoever. It's really, really strong and out on there, so you won't have any issues when it comes to it falling off. When it comes to the manual locking, super easy. And when it comes to the handle and the finish, I like it. So you can see here, the handle, the design is really nice. Definitely has room for improvement, but you know, we'll see over time. This is what obviously it looks like when it's locked, and it doesn't, you know, open. When we open it, we could easily unlock it. So it's really cool. It's silent when you don't need power. You can just manually do it. And whenever you want it to be auto locked, you could do that. Whenever you want it to be, let's say, not auto locking, then you could just turn off the auto lock feature really quickly. Like if you have guests over, coming over through one side multiple times, and you didn't want to keep unlocking it for them, you could just turn that off. Now I also wanted to show some of the duration or one-time passwords. So let's go ahead and do the one-time password. This is what it's going to look like. It's effective only through a certain amount of time. You can complete or you can share it there at the bottom. If you press share, it'll show you like contacts that you could send it to. If you complete it, then basically copy the password by pressing this little button here and then press complete. So now it'll show you one-time password, and whenever it gets used, let's just go and use it right now. Let's go ahead and use this password, 60. It'll also tell you when it gets used. So let's go ahead and refresh here until it says it's used. It's now locked automatically. Let's go to pin code, one-time pin code. So it starts 413 at 1300 hours and 413 at 1900 hour. So it should still be active up until a couple hours, which I believe you can actually change that. Let's set it for duration. So this one you can customize it. You could enter your own custom pin code. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say it starts right now, and let's say it ends in 30 minutes, or no, 5 minutes rather. Or let's, for this instance, we'll just do 2 minutes. Let's do 5800, why not? So there we go. Let's just do temp complete. So now we have the temporary password that ends at a certain time, which let's go ahead and try it. 5800. So it works, and it's 126. So it should end at 127 automatically. So we'll just wait. But in the meantime, let's show you the rest of the features. So we did one time, we did duration, and we have recurring. So at certain days, you can have it set to, only be active on Monday or only be active on Tuesday. You can set the pin code for them. So if it's an Airbnb and you only want to be active on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at one certain pin code, or Sunday, Monday, one certain pin code, you could change it. So just so it's different. But if you want permanent ones, you could do permanent as well. So it's pretty cool that you can do one-time passwords, recurring passwords, set passwords like that. Very smart when it comes to the app. I actually really like it. So now that it's 127, the password should no longer work. So let's try it. 5800. There we go. So it doesn't work anymore. Let's try it again. 5800. There we go. So now we know it doesn't work. Let's do our main password. I think it's 12345. That one works. So really cool when it comes to this lock. I like the fact that it's super easy to use, very convenient, sleek and modern. I like that it comes in multiple colors as well, and it's super affordable. This one you can get for about $130 with the knob included. I believe just this part was about $80 to $90, I believe, which is not bad because it's super thin, not bulky, kind of discreet, and you can add your own handle if you want to. Super nice. I highly recommend it. It's actually one of the very few that actually looks good and works, so good job when it comes to this. They also have customer support, so if you guys do get confused or lost, they can help you out. All right, so when it comes to the function and everything else like that, I love the Deadbolt. The Deadbolt is really nice. The handles do have room for improvement, and I made that very, very clear to the company that they need to improve on those handles. Because for me, I've tested out a bunch of them, and it's super, super easy that it's a flaw. It is a flaw. So hopefully they improve those, because there is always room for improvement, no matter how big a company is or no matter how small a company is. There's always room for growth and always room for improvement. So I told them that. Hopefully they improve on it. I told them you can add a screw on the bottom, and that way it's just a cover instead of doing this whole pin reset crap. I don't have any other issues when it comes to it. It has AI integration, so whenever you use the thumb pad or the Touch ID, it'll learn your fingerprint better and better. If there's dirt or whatever, it'll just capture it a lot better and learn over time as well. So it's really, really helpful when it comes to that. So no complaints whatsoever. We're gonna see how this lasts in the long run. It has 10 months of battery life, pretty much weatherproof, so you're set. You have emergencies for, key and USB-C to battery back up this device in case it dies and you're outside locked up and you don't have the keys with you. So there's multiple ways to get around into getting into your house without it making a big deal about it. Without further ado, thank you for watching. If you guys found this useful, link is in the description down below if you would like to buy it. I'm giving this model away, so I'm not gonna have it installed in my house, of course, but I'm giving it away. So I'll see you guys in the next one. We out.